had either borderline personality disorder or histrionic personality disorder.
She had traits. She did not meet the full, on her own evaluation, she did not have the full endorse enough criteria to meet the criteria for borderline personality disorder and or histrionic personality disorder. She definitely had traits. She did not have the disorder by going by the strict number of criteria.
All right. Now, you mentioned in response to Mr. Depp's counsel's questions, you started to talk about battered wife syndrome. What is your experience with battered wife syndrome sometimes being mistaken with borderline personality disorder or histrionic personality disorder?
Objection, compound and leading.
Overruled.
So battered wife syndrome, which is more subsyndromal or not quite PTSD, has 70 symptoms of PTSD, and if you hear some of them, you'll see why someone might think that. They do have reliving experiences, as if feeling as if the abuse is happening, even if it's not, upon reminders of abuse, such as getting ready to use something, getting ready to use a substance or something along that line. They do have hyperarousal. They do have hypervigilance, which is very easily mistaken for the emotional reactivity of borderline personality disorder. They do have avoidance symptoms, so they avoid emotions, activities, people, and if that can't be happening, they start becoming much more anxious, much more hyper-aroused. They have disturbances in relationships, which clearly can be an issue. Intimacy problems, again, which could also resemble borderline personality disorder. So those description and traits that were there, A, did not meet the full criteria for borderline, and B, could readily easily be explained by battered wife syndrome, a form of PTSD.
Thank you. Now, you also indicated earlier that you reviewed the deposition of Amy Banks, correct?
Yes.
And what, if any, determinations did you make based on her deposition from her meetings with Mr. Depp and Ms. Heard?
So Dr. Banks is a professor who at Harvard, the leading institution in America for medical schools, who's
Since we all know that this case is coming to an end and this is the last week that evidence is being presented, we can tell that this is an effort on Amber's side to just turn this around and trick the jury or confuse them. Did I hear that Amber is suffering from battered woman syndrome? Okay, this expert is actually not an expert, because even my limited knowledge on battered woman syndrome knows that a woman who has faced this is extremely scared of her partner. Amber Heard would not be talking to Johnny Depp with the confidence and attitude that she does. If she was extremely scared, she'd be very timid and very open and easygoing and very agreeable. But as we heard in all the evidence presented, Amber Heard is the boss, okay? Amber Heard is not scared. She yells, she speaks over him like she is not scared of him. Not only that, she went and got a restraining order against him, then went ahead to meet up with him at his hotel room. Amber Heard is not scared of Johnny Depp. I don't understand why they are trying to use battered woman syndrome. Battered woman syndrome is actually a real issue, and it's something that is not glamorous. But I also find it funny how the entire narrative has shifted to Johnny Depp being narcissistic, jealous. It's like these people sat on a round table and came up with all this testimony, because they're all saying the same stuff. Amber Heard was talking about how Johnny Depp was jealous of her career. And I just find it funny how the expert witness is also saying the same thing. If he's such an expert, what he's supposed to be saying should be out of this world, like groundbreaking, like we don't even know it, like layman people don't. But this man is just talking. He is just talking. And guys, Amber, battered woman, Amber is many things, but not a battered woman suffering from battered woman syndrome. That's not it. If anything, I would think Johnny Depp is scared to death about Amber. Like, he won't even look at her during this whole court thing. But she stayed looking at him Anyways, y'all let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down below, and yeah, let's chat.